Volunteering is the most generous gift that anyone can give, the gift of time. We as Americans and San Diegans are very generous with our time and volunteering. At the County of San Diego, we have over 40,000 volunteers who provide over $40 million worth of volunteer hours a year.
Your contribution has made our government and our government services one of the best that any citizenry can have.
Our volunteers at the county are like gold. They're the unsung heroes in county government.
You know, we have a great family here at the county, and volunteers are a key part of what we do. They make things happen that probably wouldn't get done without their help.
San Diego, we live in the most beautiful place on earth, but it's actually the people that make San Diego so special, and our volunteers play a large role in this.
County volunteers are an integral part of the way we operate in the County of San Diego. We couldn't do what we do at the County of San Diego without the thousands of committed volunteers that we've had over the years, providing literally millions of dollars worth of value and services to the San Diego citizens.
And it's not just the services that are provided. If you had to pay for what the volunteers are providing to San Diego County, we'd be about $40 million. That's a huge contribution. It's a contribution to the people, it's a contribution also financially, and it's one of the reasons that county government is one of the best governments in the region.
I've been a sheriff's deputy for almost 25 years.
I have an embroidery business.
I'm a retired Marine.
They come from different backgrounds, but together they could save your life.
When there is a missing person in the county, the communications center is notified and the communication center calls me.
Don Parker is the coordinator for the San Diego County Sheriff Search and Rescue Team.
A lot of times when the brush gets thick like this, you have to stop. You have to stop and look.
Today's practice ride is in one of San Diego's canyons, mainly untouched by development. Exactly the kind of place someone could get lost.
Whether it's a little boy, a little girl, or an elderly person who has got Alzheimer's or dementia, or a lost hiker. If you're driving down the road in an off-road vehicle, you have the disadvantage of the noise of that vehicle. If you're walking down the path, you have the disadvantage of only covering so much terrain. With a mountain bike, it's kind of a good blend between the two.
On mountain bikes, they're able to cover more terrain and to stay quiet.
So if somebody's yelling for help, you can hear it. You can move along, you can stop. You can listen, you can yell out.
And then we generally have two levels of riders. We have support riders. If you can get on a bicycle and not fall off the thing, you generally qualify as a support rider. And then we have technical riders. So those riders that are a little more experienced, a little more capable off-road, get where we need to go when we're on a search.
This is pretty steep right here.
They're medically trained, they practice weekly, and everyone on the team is a volunteer.
I wanted to get involved in an organization that gave back to the community, and I like being outdoors, so it seemed like a pretty good fit.
Yoo-hoo! I love to mountain bike. This is just great. I can do something that I love to do and help people.
They don't volunteer their time just to be in a club. They don't volunteer their time just to have a good time with their friends. They volunteer their time because they want to help the community.
This is who you want to see if you get lost. They usually get called when most people are sleeping. They search in extreme weather conditions, but they all say it's worth it if they have a chance to save a life.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so rewarding. It gives you goosebumps.
So consequently, when you're on a team that actually finds a subject alive, there are very few good feelings like that around.
About the only qualification is you got to be willing to wake up in the middle of the night and go go into the cold. I mean, it's San Diego, but we've been out on searches where there's been a complete whiteout in a blizzard in the Laguna Mountains. We've been out in Anza-Borrega Desert where it's 120 degrees. You got the kind of what we used to call in the Marine Corps the intestinal fortitude. Everybody's welcome.
Awesome job by you guys today. Let's do it again next week.
All right.
This is a nice book. Marlene, what do you think about putting this one out on the front? I think I'll take it home and price it. I think it needs special pricing. I'm Ann Olmsted, and I volunteer at the Encinitas Library. Hi!
Hello.
Welcome to the bookstore. Do you know your way around the bookstore? I am the bookstore manager for the Friends of the Encinitas Library bookstore. This is my environment. I'm happy here. I'm comfortable, and I like everybody. Oh, here you go, guys. The recipes from the Friends of Mamie and Ike. Wow. We have a huge number of people in the community who donate wonderful books to us, awesome books. We sort them, we put them out, and people just come in and buy them. One of the best things about this job is the variety of the things that we get. You have no idea it's just amazing to me. There's this great book, it's called I Hope There's Beer in Hell. Isn't that the name of it? It's a hysterical title. We raise about $70,000 a year for the library. Let's see what we can do here. As far as I can figure, at least 30 years I've been involved with the library here in Encinitas. Oh, look at this. This is the Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. If you're gonna volunteer and you want to serve your community, you need to go where the people are. And the library is sort of the heart of the community. You might want to just look around in here and see if you can find anything.
We have close to 4,800 volunteers in the county library system. Over 140,000 hours last year were donated through the gift of time, and that actually equates to about $3.8 million. It's a significant value. It's huge.
Oh, I want to keep that. We'll put that in our miscellaneous.
You know, Ann does what a lot of our volunteers do that is very special. She's a member of the Friends of the Library, and the Friends are really our greatest advocate. So her, along with the Friends, not only here in Encinitas, but at our other branches, they helped raise funds, they help raise awareness about what the library is doing in the community, and they really help support a lot of the programs, initiatives, our collections in the library.
We have so many people who volunteer at our library that are just wonderful people that work long, hard hours. So, you know, I feel I'm just representing a whole bunch of really good people, but it was a big honor. I'm very pleased. Oh, thank you. Good job. I think it's the reason I'm in good health and a happy, contented person. I feel very strongly that if you're not involved in your community, that's a sad thing for you. An individual, you need to be involved in your community. It's all, for me, it's part of what being a good citizen is all about. Ready to go?
Got him?
You got him.
Hello. Hi, Dolce.
I'm Amy Mansfield. I'm a volunteer at the Carlsbad Animal Shelter on Palomar Airport Road, and I photograph the dogs.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, oh.
I use a lot of weird noises and sounds. Stopped by the shelter one day and filled out my application to be a volunteer as a dog walker. And a few weeks later, they were looking for a photographer to take some pictures for the shelter. So I was all over that.
There we go.
When they come into the shelter, they do a standard snapshot of the dogs, and they're terrible. And so I like to get them a nice photo, so people that see them on the website or say, hey, I might want to come in and look at that dog, he's really cute. It really changes people's perception of the dogs, I think, when they see a happy, relaxed dog, with the ears perked up and their eyes bright, and instead of a scared dog when they first come in.
Where's he going? Where you going? Where you going?
I was probably a little apprehensive when I first came around the big dogs, but then my mentor who trained me as a volunteer was an older lady, and I figured, well, if she can do it, I can do it. I mean, she showed no fear, and you know, the big Pit bulls were her favorite. They become my favorite.
I thought he might be difficult, but he was really good.
We do have a large population of pit bulls here, and they are a little bit harder to get adopted. Once you get them away from the shelter and outside, and you know, they're great dogs.
You gonna walk for me?
I actually had a friend who I showed her the picture, and she came right over and adopted right away. Her husband wasn't real thrilled about that, but had a couple neighbors that have come in and adopted, and one girl who wasn't even that into dogs, and she came and got one. So yeah, I love animals all my life. I've grown up with animals, and they're exciting to shoot. I get a lot of feedback from the animals, and it's a lot of fun.
The volunteer coordinators are the backbone of the departments. They're central to the department's success in retaining and recruiting the volunteers needed to deliver its objectives. We meet every quarter to share information and ideas for how the volunteerism within the county can be a better success.
For me, it's rewarding to see how gratifying the volunteer work is for our volunteers, how much their own personal lives are enriched when they come in. And I mean, literally from a craft to teaching someone how to use the computers for a first time. It's amazing to be able to see the difference that it makes in one's personal life, to be able to provide that to another human being.
Volunteers are a huge part of our department's success. They assist our park staff in so many different ways. Park maintenance, providing historic tours, helping with our recreation program, and are the extra eyes and ears for our staff in our open space preserves. I've volunteered in my personal life, so I understand the gratification that comes with that and giving back to the community and in something that you're committed to.
All right, here we go.
Inside the Lakeside Community Center, you'll find Rick Pearson.
There we go.
You'll also find these kids, all playing a sport with a pretty funny name.
Pickleball is kind of a game that seems to be a hybrid of different kinds of games. A little tennis, a little table tennis.
But kosher dills, nowhere to be found.
That's beautiful.
For the last month, Rick and other volunteers have been doing less playing and more teaching, bridging the generation gap through pickleball.
It turns out that pickleball is a very easy game to learn. Maybe a fairly hard game to master, but an easy game to learn. So it actually works out very well for people who have absolutely no racket or paddle skills to learn how to play, and the kids are picking it up very fast. All the kids after the third week here have been clamoring to come back and play some more.
Okay, here it comes to serve. Working with the kids is not only a rewarding experience for Rick and his crew, but it also keeps them on their toes.
When kids come and play with us, we enjoy the heck out of it because they have a lot of energy, they're very fast, they help improve our game. They offer us a different kind of opponent than we typically see.
I didn't really hit the ball over the net, so when I put my hand all the way back, I threw it up and hit it. But seeing that it goes farther.
We all started off as a newbie, so we all have an obligation as we've gotten better to teach other new people how to play. It's fun, we enjoy it, and because the kids show a lot of appreciation and are working real hard at it, we enjoy what we're doing.
The game has not only forged friendships, but it's also created an important bond in the community.
Our county volunteer program is one of the best anywhere in the county. And it's because of the hard work of our volunteer coordinators that we get the best volunteers we possibly can. They get the training they need in order to provide invaluable services to the residents of San Diego County.
Our county government would not be the same without you. You're like gold, you're our unsung heroes. Thank you so much, and keep up the good work.
First of all, I want to thank all of our volunteers. Each of them contributes in a significant way to the overall success of the county. And that success means we can serve more people with more services. So a hearty thank you to all of our volunteers for the County of San Diego.
Thank you to our volunteers for your time, for your talent, and giving back to our community. We couldn't do it without you.
So I just want to say thank you to the volunteers, and we appreciate every hour you give us.
Volunteering is a win for everyone. It's a win for the people who are the beneficiaries of the volunteer service. And it's a win for the organization that partners with volunteers to help them further their mission, whatever that may be. Research tells us and shows us that people who volunteer are healthier and live longer. So for our own health, it's good medicine. So thank you to all the volunteers who give that generous gift of time and really make our community a better place.